Shalom to the elect of Israel. Gotta give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rikah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the ark pushing the truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hope for the elect. Shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah, coming at you another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. Now this is a short 6-minute clip about Venezuela, and you have 50 other countries that's joining with Venezuela. And the video, the name of the video is 50 countries join Venezuela support group to back Maduro. So this is showing you how eventually EU and NATO will break away from North America. Okay, all the allies of North America, which you already have Russia, North Korea, Iran, Syria, Venezuela. These countries are not joined with North America as it is. But now you have 50 countries have joined Venezuela to support Maduro, man. This is showing you how North America is about to be destroyed. It's about to fall hard, man. Okay, flat on their face, man. These North American red Hebrew Edomites are about to fall on their face, man. And all these other countries are separating from them. So I'm going to play this video and I'm going to get some precepts. Lord's willing, this be edifying.
The UN member states have formed a group to show support for Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, in his showdown with Washington. Russia and China joined Cuba, Iran, North Korea, and several other countries.
It say in his showdown with Washington,
who have come together to back a newly formed support group. Venezuelan foreign minister said group will take action in the near future.
They will take action soon.
In the next few days, we will begin a series of actions to raise awareness around the dangers that our peoples currently face, particularly the case of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. We all have the right to live without the threat of use of force and without the application of illegal, coercive, unilateral measures.
Aliaza did not provide details of the planned action but called on all UN nations to join them in defending international law as the only guarantor for humanity's peaceful coexistence. Meanwhile, Cuba said the U.S. is moving its special forces closer to Venezuela as part of a covert plan to intervene in the South American country. Russian UN Ambassador Vasilij Nebenzia has expressed concern over possible military action against Caracas. U.S. President Donald Trump said he's leaving all options on the table when it comes to Venezuela.
To raise awareness around the dangers.
Joining us now out of San Juan, and Laish Shazdi, political commentator and Latin American expert, for more on the story. Hello, Laish. Good to have you back in the program. Laish, I see that we're seeing some pretty likewise, we're seeing some pretty deep divisions in the UN with respect to Venezuela, aren't we?
Yes, well, it's one has to take into consideration that I would think most of the countries that recognize Juan Guaido as interim or acting president would be those allied to the United States, aligned with the United States. Why I'm saying this? Well, not only because I believe if one considers them all together, those from Europe, those from the Americas, that are very much allies of the U.S., more or less at least, but quite some of them close, I would say that the world is divided in two sides, between two sides. I believe there is a second Cold War between the Russian Federation and the United States. And in that regard, the Venezuelan crisis has been hijacked or belongs to that crisis now. Perhaps for quite some time, considering the fact that Venezuela is a close ally and partner of Russia, and the United States didn't like that. There are other countries, in addition to those that back Juan Guaido, that back Nicolas Maduro as the president of Venezuela. And among those are, of course, there is Russia, but other countries like China, that is, it's true that it's a partner of Russia, but it's another power, it's another pole of power if we consider that the world is a multipolar world order and not just a unipolar world order based in the United States. There is India, I would think. There is Mexico. There are several African countries like the Southern African Development Community expressed today, and it's composed of 16 member states. They declare their support for Nicolas Maduro and the recognition to Maduro. Those countries, members of that community, include Angola, Mozambique, Democratic Republic of Congo, former Zaire. Yes.
So the question here is, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to get to the second question. Will this, this pro Nicolas Maduro support group consisting of these 50 UN nations be enough to deter Washington, namely the White House itself, from considering military action against Caracas?
Well, the collective number of 50 won't deter the United States, and we have to consider that many of those countries are small or they are not militarily powerful, like I would say Equatorial Guinea, a small African country that backed Venezuela, the United Nations Security country, although it's the fourth largest exporter of oil in sub-Saharan Africa. But here what is important is the support that Russia in particular, there is also China, of course, and other countries like Turkey, would afford Venezuela. But the key country is Russia. If Russia is willing to defend Venezuela as it has defended Syria, or is willing to defend Iran against an act of aggression by the United States and Israel in the case of Iran, in this case will be against an act of aggression by the US and regional allies of the US like Colombia or Brazil, presumably. So in that regard, the role of Russia is key. If Russia would decline or provide signals to the United States that it's not going to intervene whatsoever in Venezuela, then in that regard, the US may do whatever they want to do. But if Russia, as I see it, it has been, if Russia decides to stand by Venezuela, which is regarded as a strategic partner of Russia, and it has been repeatedly declaring and making statements, Moscow, with regards to threatening and warning the United States not to intervene militarily, I believe that Russia will do something to protect Venezuela. So in that regard, that's going to be the difference. But let us not so underestimate, what is it called? Let us not underestimate the willingness of the United States to intervene regardless of any threat. I mean, intervening foolishly in spite and in the face of Russian threats and warnings. And that's what I'm concerned, that the United States, if it does intervene, may take us to a wider war with Russia.
Thank you.
Hey, and there you go, man. Okay? Hey, man, it's finna kick off, man. It's finna kick off real soon, man. Because these other countries, man, is sick of North America, man. They sick of them, okay? Being the bullies, man. North America have been the bully on all these other countries for generations, man. Okay? For decades on top of decades, man. For centuries. They have been the bully, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon," which is North America, "an assembly of great nations," with an S, nations, "from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her, against Babylon the Great, North America. From thence shall she be taken, their arrows, which is the intercontinental ballistic missiles, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. And Chaldea shall be a spoil, which is North America. This is not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about the modern Babylon, which is North America. It said, and Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. And how do we know that North America is Babylon the Great? Because in ancient Babylon, which is in Iraq, which is inhabitable today, it's inhabited by people, okay? Today, the Lord saying here, Babylon will not be inhabited no more. No one shall live in this place no more. And this is the main point, that we know that Babylon the Great is North America, because ancient Babylon only Judah, Benjamin, and Levi was in captivity in ancient Babylon. The Babylon that the Bible speaks of, it said Judah, okay, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom will be oppressed together. Now this is Jeremiah 50:4. It says, in those days and in that time, saith the Lord Yahweh, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord Yahweh, their power. Now, it said Judah and Israel, okay? Now, in ancient Babylon, only Judah, Benjamin, and Levi was in captivity under the Babylonians. It wasn't, the northern kingdom wasn't with Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay, but the Lord said it's Babylon. Reading it again. Jeremiah 50:4. In those days and in that time, saith the Lord Yahweh, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord Yahweh their power. Now, jumping down to verse 8. I'm going to read verse 6. It reads, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray, which is these false prophets and pastors that we got today in these churches. Okay, these TD Snakes, these Kurt Franklins and Creflo Dollars and all these false pastors that we have. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from the mountain to the hill. They have forgotten their resting place, which is with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It says, all that found them have devoured them. That's why I tell you in Zechariah 11:4-5 that the Edomites said they was made rich by enslaving the so-called Negro Latino Native American West Indian Haitians. It said, blessed be the Lord, because we are rich. It said, all that found them had devoured them. And the adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord. The inhabitation of justice, even the Lord Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldean, and be as the he-goat before the flocks. That's what verse 9 says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. And that's talking about all these other countries that's going to come up against North America. From thence shall she be taken, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. And Chaldea shall be a spoil, all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of my heritage. He's going to destroy you Edomites because you destroyed the nation of Israel, his heritage, man, the apple of his eye. Because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. So guess what? The Lord going to have all these countries to destroy you, and he's going to destroy everything else, man. Okay? But you will be destroyed by the same ones that you've been the bully to. Okay? And it says, she that have bared you, your mother, will be so confounded, so ashamed at you. And that's talking about Great Britain, man. Okay? Because the Rothschilds funded these devils to come over here and rape, rob, murder, and slaughter the Native American Indians, man. Okay, so it say, Jeremiah 50:12, it say, your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed, because these demons that came over here, the conquistadors and Spaniards, they all was funded by the Rothschilds, man. To come over here and do their wickedness, okay? Rape, rob, murder, pillage, man. The Native American Indians, man. Gad and Reuben. All the Northern Kingdom period, man. Okay? The Northern Kingdom period, man. So your mother is going to be so confounded at you, man. Which they is right now. That's why you had, what's his name, Theresa May with the Brexit, the whole Brexit deal. All these things are kicking off, man. You Edomites are done, man. And you finna be destroyed, man. Your kingdom is falling, man. Okay? Luke 10:18, man. Lord, Yahweh shall say he saw Satan fall fast as lightning, man. He fall like lightning, which is fast, quick. Okay? Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? The heaven meaning his rulership, his power, his kingdom. They are fallen, man. They are done. Everything about you Edomites is separated, man. That's why I said in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, about the 10 toes, man. Okay? That part of the clay and iron that will mix, man. Okay? They ain't gonna mingle well, man. You're not gonna mingle with the sons of men, man. Okay? All these things are separated, man. You Edomites are finished, man. This is Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 7. And it reads, all the men of thy confederacy, and we're going to get that, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Meaning they have been fooling your ass, man. Okay, all these nations have been deceiving you demons over here in North America. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread, meaning all those countries that sell their goods over here, they that eat they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay? Again, Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy. Who are all the men of thy confederacy? All these nations, man, that join with you Edomites and taking down the Israelites, man. Okay? And destroying us. It reads, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. You Edomites don't understand nothing, man. Not nothing. You are bases of men. You are stupid, man. Okay? Now let's go to Psalm. It say, because Obadiah 1:7 say, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Now, let's see who's in the confederacy with Esau, Edom. This is Psalms 83. Psalm 83. And I'm going to start at 1. Keep not silent, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And to tell you that in Proverbs 15 and 22, that without counsel, they can't do what they want to do. But with counsel, they make war. Okay? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against the hidden ones. Matter of fact, let me hold right there and read this, because the same counsel that all you Edomites had with all these heathen nations, okay, all these other sons of men, the same counsel that you did to take down the Israelites, this is the same counsel that all these heathens having to destroy you Edomites in North America right now. That same counsel. This is Proverbs 15 and 22. It reads, without counsel, proposals are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors, they are established. Now I'm going to get one more precept to that. I love going to these. This is Proverbs 20 and 18. Every purpose is established by counsel, and with good advice, make war. Okay? So, going back to Psalm 83, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And that's why I read Proverbs 15 and 22, and then the one in Proverbs 18. Okay? Because y'all take crafty counsel. Now, you Edomite, that's why I say there's no understanding him in Obadiah. You Edomites in North America are so stupid. These other countries is about to destroy you. Okay? They having crafty counsel against you Edomites in North America. And y'all don't even pay attention to what's going on, man. Yeah, that's how stupid, that's how basis of men ye are. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yahshua, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And like I always say, you seen that in the movie Roots, man. That's what they did. Cut us off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, man. But the Lord said we was going to lose our heritage, okay? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Okay? It said they are confederate against thee. Now I just read in Obadiah 1 and 7, it say, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. So, for they have consulted together one consent, they are confederate against thee. Okay? See, all these nations was against us. Now, all these nations are against you North American Edomites. Okay? Hey, that's how the Lord work, man. Power, man. Beautiful. These same countries that joined together with you, that made confederacy with you, now they are confederate against you. The tabernacles of Edom, which is you Edomites, all of you Edomites. Okay? And the Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs, and the Moabites, which are the Chinese, and the Hagarenes, which are some more Ishmaelites. It say Gabal and Ammon. Ammon is the Japanese. Amalek, which are the so-called Jews in Israel today. Okay? The Khazarian Empire. It say Amalek, the Philistines, which are the Africans. It say with the inhabitants of Tyre. These are all these people that have joined with Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Now, all these countries are coming against them and finna take down North American Edomites. And they're going to join to the Russian Edomites, okay? That's why Yahweh Shai said, if Satan be divided against Satan, how shall he stand? So this is a separation of Edom against Edom, man. This is what's going on right now. This is what's happening. These are Edomites against Edomites, okay? Because the world is ran by Edomites. And all these Edomites are starting to separate. That's why the 10 toes, man, okay? Partly clay and partly an iron, man. It does not mix, man. Okay, this is prophecies that you nations, you EU and NATO nations will separate. You will separate. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And that's what's going on now with these nations, man. Okay? All these weak nations, they're not weak no more, man. These nations are strong, man. It reads, beat your plowshares into swords, meaning your agriculture tools, your farming tools. Forget raising money for agriculture. Put your money into these missiles, what the Lord is saying. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hook into spears. Them pruning hooks and them plowshares are being turned to missiles, man. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves round about thither. Okay? So that's what's going on, man. They are gathering all around North America, like I read to you in Jeremiah 50 and 9, man. He said, assembly of great nations. Assemble yourselves together round about. Cause your arrows to come to North America and destroy them, man, which is the missiles. This is verse 14. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is near in the valley of decision. This is the time, man. These nations is coming up against North America. They finna wipe North America off the face of the earth, man. Okay? And the pride of Esau Edom, the white man over here, the so-called white man over there, red Hebrew Edomite over here in North America, hey, you is bringing, hey, I tell you what it said to Obadiah, man. They shall bring thee to the border, man. Obadiah 1:7 again. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. So while you North American Edomites thinking that you still are ruling the world around the world, guess what, man? All these countries is having councils, okay, crafty councils to destroy y'all, man. And y'all don't even know what's going on. Okay? And Putin running the show, man. Russia is taking the lead. Let's get that. I'm going to close out on this. Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38 and 1. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws. Now you just heard the dude say about this Cold War. And put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy army. Horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, meaning missiles, man. It say Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmets, because they preparing for war, man. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarter, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Listen, man. All these nations is joining together to destroy you Edomites, man. You North America, red Hebrew Edomites about to suffer defeat, man. Okay? By the hand of your own people, which are Edomites, man. Because Putin is an Edomite. Okay? The Russians are Edomites. So, this is, matter of fact, let me close with this. This is Mark chapter 3 and verse 25. I'm going to start at 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself, and he be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. So you Edomites is going against you Edomites. That's Satan against Satan. Because all y'all are the devil. Okay? All y'all are deceivers. All y'all are Satan, which is the adversaries of Israel. And you finna destroy yourselves. That's what the Lord say what? Oh, that's a spirit. I gotta get this. This is Psalms chapter 9 and verse 15. Psalm chapter 9 verse 15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. You Edomites made this. Okay? In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. Okay? This is the work of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, man. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. And this is the work of your own hands. How was that pushed? Let's read it. Isaiah 54 and 16. And it reads, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and bringeth forth an instrument for his works, and I have created the waster to destroy. That's the intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Okay? The missiles, man. Them ICBMs. That's what that's talking about, man. The Lord have created these weapons, man. This is Jeremiah 50 and 25. The Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah host in the land of the Chaldeans, in the land of North America, man. Okay? Listen, man. Lord finna destroy you Edomites in North America with the Edomites in Russia. It's Jeremiah 51. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Okay? They shall be against her round about, man. And this talking about, oh, let me keep reading. Against him that bendeth let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigadine. When you look at the word brigadine, a brigadine is talking about their armor. Okay? It's talking about your armory, your weaponry, your arsenal. Okay? Your military power. And spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Let's say all your hosts will be destroyed by archers that's finna shoot arrows, which is missiles. Okay? Hey man, you Edomites are finished over here in North America, man. You are finished. And that's around the world too. All you Edomites, all you wicked, pedophile, demon, world destroying, chemtrail, GMO, contaminating water, LGBTQ promoting demons, man. You finna be destroyed. Thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. And it's rightfully so, man. It needs be. You need to be destroyed because the earth has been ran through wickedness, man. Everything is polluted, like Micah 2 and 10 say. This world is polluted because of you demons, you red Hebrew Edomites. So with that, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the y'all pushing the truth throughout the four winds of the earth, bringing up the hope for the elect. Shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah. Shalom.